Welcome to Draft Utopia's 2013 Wildcard Prediction Special. My name is Chris. The first game features a rematch of last year's two wildcard teams. The 6-seed Cincinnati Bengals face the 3-seed Houston Texans in what to be a rematch of last year's wildcard game. Ironically, the last year's game also took place at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Both of these teams are run-first teams. Last year, both teams had rookie quarterbacks in with Andy Dalton and T.J. Yates. This time around, Matt Schaub will be playing healthy at full health. And with Schaub in the game, you sort of expect the Texans to win. Cincinnati has to win time of possession by running the football and stopping Houston's running game and getting the ball to Jermaine Gresham. Gresham's going to be huge in this game because he can stop the run by blocking. His ability to block will lead to Cincinnati running the football successfully. His ability to get open on passing situations will lead to more receptions for the Bengals because the Texans' weakness on secondary lies at the safety position, and Gresham's a tight end, so if Gresham can exploit that safety position for the Texans, Gresham's going to have no problem moving the chains, converting first downs. And Gresham converting those first downs will draw some double teams, and that'll put A.J. Green in some one-on-one situations and allow the Cincinnati Bengals to exploit the Houston Texans at will. Houston's got two potent cornerbacks in Kareem Jackson and Jonathan Joseph, so you need to draw those corners in one-on-one coverage, because if either safety is thinking about double-teaming a wide receiver, that receiver is going to be disabled. So it's crucial that you get Gresham the ball. I doubt the Texans get a game-changing play like the J.J. Watt pick six last year. Cincinnati has right guard Kevin Zeitler, who may be good enough to stop J.J. Watt. Watt was all over the field in last year's victory, 31-10 victory over the Bengals. This time around, Houston wins 17-16 in a landslide. Houston goes to New England. The next game features the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers in a rematch of last week's Week 17 thriller. Minnesota will rely on Adrian Peterson once again. Christian Ponder is listed as questionable, plus without Percy Harvin, he's practically got no receivers to throw to. Christian Ponder has been outstanding the last few weeks. There's no way Ponder continues to duplicate this hot streak he's been on. Green Bay, simply too much defense. The run defense is going to be there to stop Adrian Peterson. Clay Matthews is going to get pressure on the quarterback. It'll be Matthews versus Matt Khalil in that matchup between offensive line and pass rush. That's going to be critical in determining whether Ponder can pick apart the passing game or whether Green Bay just simply dominates. Green Bay has playmakers like Greg Jennings and James Jones that will be ready for the Vikings corners. Aaron Rodgers will be able to make the right throws, read the proper progressions, and pick apart the Vikings defense because he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. You also have to consider that Rodgers is not going to go one for done in multiple seasons. He went one and done against the New York Giants last year after getting home field, and the Giants would go on to be Super Bowl champions. So, the Packers, they know what they have to do to get this win. Green Bay wins 20-7, and they go to San Francisco. Indianapolis Colts and the Baltimore Ravens. Luck's going in with a nothing to lose and everything to gain mentality. With the Colts offense at full health, Baltimore's defense will have problems stopping Luck and company for 60 minutes. Ray Rice will keep the Ravens in this contest, and I think the Ravens are going to dominate early. With Rice in the game, being able to manage the game, you've got Ray Lewis back in the lineup, and with Ray Lewis playing what could be his last game, the team's going to want to play well and put up a Super Bowl run, but they're not going to be able to get past Indianapolis. In the first half, they'll hold the Colts to 3 points, but then in the second half, Chuck Pagano's just going to tell his guys, go out there, have some fun, play some stout defense. Andrew Luck's going to rally the team or something, and the Colts are going to manage to make it a 17-17 game heading into the fourth quarter. At that point, the Colts are going to have some momentum working in their favor. Both defenses will step up, holding teams to 3 and out. It'll look like Baltimore's going to win with 3:50 left in the game. But then, Flacco throws an interception to former Raven Tom Zbikowski, now a member of the Indianapolis Colts. And Zbikowski gets the ball back, allowing Luck to execute a late-minute drive with only one timeout. That puts the Colts in scoring position. They get a field goal and win 20-17, knocking off the Baltimore Ravens. And then you have analysts all around the country debating how the Ravens blew a 14-3 lead against the Indianapolis Colts. And it's nuts. I think that's how the game's going to end. We'll see the Indianapolis Colts go to Denver to take on the Broncos, while the Texans go to New England to face the Patriots. Seattle Seahawks are the 5 seed. They travel to the 4 seed Washington Redskins. Both teams have rookie quarterbacks performing like Pro Bowlers. Both teams have rushers that can gain 1,000 yards on the ground. Both teams have left tackles from the 2010 NFL Draft in Trent Williams and Russell Okung that anchor their offensive lines and command respect. Seattle might have the more complete offensive line, but the rest of the Redskins' offensive line has responded to Robert Griffin III's savvy leadership and his infectious personality on the field. Both teams put faith in free agent wide receivers Sidney Rice and Pierre Garçon. Both teams have young receivers, Golden Tate, Leonard Hankerson, really coming into their own for the Seahawks and Redskins respectively. It's so scary how much these offenses have in common, even though most of the hype surrounds the rookie signal callers. Defense will dictate the outcome of this game, generating sacks, blitzing, stopping the opponent on third down, run stuffing, coverage, turnovers. All these defensive factors are crucial for both teams. Seattle has the more talented defense. Washington has defensive coordinator Jim Haslett going up against Darrell Bevell, the Seahawks offensive coordinator. Do you put more faith in the defensive players for Seattle or Washington's coaching staff, with Shanahan on offense, Jim Haslett on defense, and Robert Griffin III at quarterback? That's the question you have to ask yourself. I like Seattle's defense overall talent better. I'll go 27-20 Seattle over the Redskins. This is Chris Ransom of Draft Utopia. If you want to hear more of our NFL playoff predictions, you can check out the Draft Utopia podcast on TalkShoe tomorrow at noon. For more information on Draft Utopia, go to http://draftutopia.com. draftutopia.com. Draftutopia.com. This is Chris Ransom of Draft Utopia signing off.